currently in your own communities.
Sorry, Chair. Shut up.
The Nelson Mandela Children's Fund Parliament has a long history, and fortunately or unfortunately for it, it started in this province. When we were dealing with issues of HIV/AIDS in 2000, when it wasn't fashionable to bring in children to discuss issues of HIV/AIDS, the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund actually had the first parliament of the Children's Fund in this province, and our main issue was HIV/AIDS. We continue to work with you in response to your declaration on issues of HIV/AIDS, and our issue is that we need to mitigate the impact of HIV/AIDS. And we have already heard that children who are orphaned are actually faced with all kinds of challenges in actually being able to continue with their education, but also to deal with basic things such as purchasing of health. As the Children's Fund, we continue to be committed in dealing with issues of HIV/AIDS. Coming to forced child marriages, Ugutola in particular, as an organization, we are dealing with issues of ensuring that we sensitize communities, because communities are the ones who know who are the people who are involved in this, but also our culture, in some instances, actually opens the door for the children to be actually abused in this manner. So we're wanting to call on parents to actually say that a child cannot be married off simply because you are following a culture and a tradition that does not respect the children's rights. We are wanting to say your child cannot be paid off by giving a goat, or actually you allowing your child who has been impregnated by an educator to be taken off by 10,000 rand. 10,000 rand is not worth your future, the future of your child. I beg your pardon. In terms of corporal punishment, our new strategy looks into corporal punishment as a serious matter, because some children actually drop out of school because they've been beaten, or they lose their self-esteem, and that affects them in terms of their future. So we are actually working with educators, with parents, school governing bodies, to say all of us have a responsibility to ensure that we understand why South Africa chose to be a human rights country and chose to abolish all forms of abuse, including corporal punishment. So we need to do that, but we're also asking parents to ensure that they do not encourage educators to actually beat their children, because that's what they know. And when it comes to school safety, the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund also has a program that looks specifically into creating safety in schools. And one of those things that we are doing is that there is a national school safety framework, but it has not been implemented. A lot of educators don't even know that it exists. School governing bodies don't know it exists. And we are actually wanting to ensure that each school has a code of conduct, but that code of conduct does but not, and it actually ensures that all children are safe within the schooling environment, but they also can actually raise issues if they find themselves unhealthy. And lastly, our youth leadership program is going to be looking into what we call youth tanks. And youth tanks actually is aligned with what Save the Children is looking at, is that activities need to start at the communities, at the ward.